Welcome back, everyone. Day 4 of Wimbledon Daily, where we are giving you our wildcards predictions and our match of the day on both sides. So let's get straight into it today. Jaya, coming to you first. Match of the day on the men's side.
I'm going for a lovely match, Sam. Gasquet versus Federer, battle of the one-handed backhands on grass. It's going to be a beautiful match to watch.
Niels, have you got a prediction for that one? We've got it as our match of the day. Two players that have been around for many, many years. But any prediction, in your opinion, for that one?
I'm going to have to say the maestro himself is going to keep. He's going to keep it. He's going to win that, I think. I think Gasquet, even though Roger Federer is 39 years old, I think Roger Federer is the legend, of Wimbledon. He has won it so many times. He knows what it takes, as he was saying yesterday in the interview. He knows what it takes to win a Grand Slam. But
Absolutely.
If we just go the match against Gasquet, I think he should win it. I think it should be 4 sets. As Jai said, it's just going to be these two lovely backhands just fighting against each other. It's just going to be really lovely to watch. I think that is more the fact. That's the more important factor. Is just be beautiful to watch.
Two great style of games. Sorry, I was just going to say two great style of games. They've both got such great variation in their games. They've got the slice, they've got the high slow balls, they can finish points well. So lots of long rallies and a lot of tactical play as well from both players.
Can we get a prediction out of you, Jai, for that one? What are you going for?
Well, I've got to go for Federer. I agree with Niels as well. I think it could go 4 sets. 4 tight sets, but I think Federer will get over the finishing line as he's done so many times before.
I think Gasquet could cause some problems there, but I think Federer eventually will come through. We saw Federer in the first round. Mannarino, pulled out with the injury, and it was tight. Federer 2-1 down, I believe. So I think that could be another long match, that one. Gasquet causing some problems, but I'm going to go Federer in 5 sets. Niels, we'll move on to you on the women's side. Match of the day. And again, I believe we're combining this with your underdog wild card of the day.
We are indeed, Sam. So it's Elina Vesnina versus the very talented Coco Gauff. Coco Gauff obviously is having already an amazing career, not even being 20 years old yet. She's already won a title. She's 23 in the world. Elina Vesnina had a lovely career, obviously nowhere anywhere near as good as Coco Gauff. She is currently ranked 360 in the world. She has been known to be ranked in the top 20 for a couple of years. She was 13 and 17 in the world. She has dropped down. She is now mostly known for her doubles achievements. She has won Grand Slams in doubles, women's, and in mixed. I could see Elina Vesnina doing something just because it is on the grass, and you never know. Over the years, we've had some pretty impressive upsets, and I just think anything is possible at SW19.
Do you think
Coco Gauff? I was just going to say, Jai, Coco Gauff was obviously the player that I predicted to win the whole tournament outright. So I can't believe it, Niels. Can't believe you're going against my my favourite. Jaya, have you got a question for Niels at all on that match?
I was going to say, obviously, Vesnina is quite low ranked compared to Gauff. So, Niels, what do you think Vesnina has to do to really cause Gauff some problems?
I think Coco Gauff has to have a bad day. I think Coco Gauff can do everything. She's got a lovely serve. She is, for me, a mini Serena Williams, but I think with better movement, because Serena Williams is very strong, very big build. So I think, in my opinion, Coco Gauff has to have a bad day for Elina Vesnina to be able to do any damage there. I think Coco Gauff it's got all aspects of her game are pretty strong. She has got a big serve. She moves extraordinarily well. So I think it's really going to come down to how well Coco Gauff plays. But if we look at the results over the years, we have seen that there have been some pretty extraordinary upsets on the women's and on the men's side. So
definitely,
you never know.
Yeah, never know. And as I say, it's going to be a great match, that one. I think. So for me, Coco Gauff has got such a great all-round game. I see her going the distance, so I'm going to be backing her for that one, Niels. But you never know. Like you say, there's been, we said this before, John, one of our past videos, stranger things have happened, a phrase that we like to use quite a bit now. Okay, let's move on then. Jaya, wild card on the men's side.
I'm going to go with Sangren to beat Zverev. Again, bold prediction, but I just feel Zverev, he's been quite unpredictable at Grand Slams. He's one of those top players. He hasn't really had any great results at Grand Slams, except from when he got to the US Open final against Dominic Thiem. But I think he's gonna struggle with a bit of pressure. He knows he hasn't done too well. We know that the second serve sometimes breaks down, which is an important aspect on the grass, is that serve. So there's a few things that Sangren could do just to disrupt Zverev and possibly even cause the upset.
Talking of that, what does he need to do then, Jai, do you think, in terms of causing that upset, in terms of beating Zverev? We know how good Zverev is, but hasn't always reached the last stages of Grand Slams as regularly as what some would think. Going to come to you as well on that one, Niels. So between the two of you guys, what do you think Sangren needs to do to get past Zverev?
I think Sangren needs to stay very consistent. He needs to keep his game varied, because if you just go toe-to-toe with Zverev and just go power shots after power shots, Zverev absorbs that power really well, and he would just move you around. So he needs to think about getting a little bit more height on the ball, a little bit more slice, get him low, get him high as well, deep in the court. He can't just go for the same shots, because Zverev's too good, and he'll add some power back. So yeah.
Niels, and for you, what do you think?
I agree with Jai on that one completely. Again, I mean, it's very accurate what he said. I think Zverev does know how to win matches now at Grand Slams, but he usually doesn't go past the third round, quarterfinals, sort of in that area, round of 16, apart from that lovely run at US Open. I think Sangren has got nothing to lose, really, because if he does lose, I mean, nobody really expects Tennis Sangren to beat Alexander Zverev. But Tennis Sangren, as we have seen in the past, has made that awesome run at Australian Open. And he's got the game for grass, I think. He's a very all-round player. He moves very well. And just, I think, movement does make a big difference, because in the beginning of Wimbledon, the grass is still quite humid. So we've seen a couple slip-ups in the last 2-3 days. And I could see Sangren sort of being a better mover, just because Zverev is such a big guy. So as Jai said, just slice, loads of drop shots, try and come forwards a little bit, make sure that you surprise Zverev, because once he gets in a rhythm, he is pretty hard to stop.
I think the last thing I was just going to say is, obviously in this first week, the grass, like you said, Niels, is playing slower. So I think that will actually play to Sangren's advantage. Zverev likes the fast conditions, which we'll get in the second week, especially on that first serve. So I think we'll get some long rallies, some good variation on both sides, and it's going to be a firecracker, as Sam would say.
Talking of the variation, I think Sangren needs to do that a lot. I don't think he can go toe-to-toe from the baseline with Zverev, so I think he needs to try and bring him into the net, test his movement a little bit. I mean, Zverev moves very well for a player at 6'5", 6'6", I think he is. But I do think variety is key. Like you say, bring him into the net, drop shots, and just get Zverev moving, make him feel uncomfortable, and that could be a good little place to put your money on day 4 for a bit of an underdog win. So there we go then. Our predictions on day 4. Wimbledon flying through now. It won't be long before we're at the second week, where we'll see which players have made it to week number 2. Leave your comments below as always. Who are you backing on day 4? Anyone you think could be a little bit of a wild card as well? We want to hear from you. If you like our content, do us a big favour, please like the video, please subscribe to our channel, and make sure again notifications are turned on. We'll be back very, very soon, but from the 3 of us on day 4 at Wimbledon, we'll see you soon.